court might have ordered Keelan Hill to stay away from his estranged wife, Tiffany, but this was one time the former Marine was not about to obey orders.
Well, true crime fans, get ready. Tomorrow, a new true crime docuseries drops, focusing on people murdered by their partners. The show is called Meet, Marry, Murder, hosted by TV icon Michelle Trachtenberg on the Tubi app. So want to learn a little bit more about this show with host and executive producer Michelle Trachtenberg joining us live right now. Good morning to you, Michelle.
Good morning. By the way, I love everything that you just said. So thank you.
And you are
very
entirely
excited.
Welcome. So what is it about true crime? It is, to borrow a phrase from the interwebs, it is sticky. People really enjoy this stuff, and specifically, why true crime stories about spouses and significant others and such?
Because that effer needs to always know that you're willing to leave him at any time.
There you go.
That was a shtick. However, no, I mean, you can play the role of detective, you can play the role of solving a cold case, but, for me, the most important thing is honoring the family members of the victim. So what we do, which I appreciate you, shouting out the, exec producer part, is that the only thing that was really important to me is to make sure the family members are honored. And by honored, I mean like respected and given the closure that they need. And true crime is extremely neato. Let's solve it all and find help for the families.
Absolutely. I think that's very well said. And I think, to your point, I mean, maybe that explains some of it. You do sort of, with these stories, put yourself in different roles. How would I deal with this situation? Isn't it interesting how the detectives were able to track this down, finding, these particular clues along the way,
Yeah, I mean, there's a terminology in true crime that's called fresh eyes. And sometimes they bring different, forces in that can look at a cold case with fresh eyes and/or a current case and dissociate themselves with what's happening in a small town, and just really be like, let's solve this. So that was our goal.
So what have you learned from talking with experts about investigating these sorts of cases?
Well, actually, it's funny. The first script I sold when I was 19, 21, I don't remember. Who knows what day it is? Was actually about a cold case, and I wrote it with every influence because I'm a complete nerd and I research everything, and so I knew a lot going into it. But in doing additional, work, it was just like everyone just wants a resolution. That's why I love, Mayor of Easttown. It's like, find who did it. It's not what you think it is, but you will solve it.
Yeah. Can you give us a little bit of a tease, kind of an interesting tidbit before we fire up the series tomorrow?
Be careful who you sleep with at night.
I think that's pretty well said. Michelle Trachtenberg, thank you so much. Appreciate you.
Thank you for pronouncing my last name correctly. Thank you, guys.
You are welcome. You're welcome anytime. The 13-episode season of Meet, Marry, Murder debuts tomorrow on Tubi. And by the way, Tubi will unlock a special preview of that show today if you use Amazon Fire TV. So there you go.